Ladies and gents, welcome to the smallest Mudflow, a map that we've had in Hidden Cup 5 qualifiers, a map that'll be in the main event of Hidden Cup 5 come February 25th through March 3rd. It'll be live on YouTube. It'll also be live on Twitch. If you could make it, help us break history records, things, that's great. Weird energy for me because I had way too much caffeine. And spoilers, even though people here on Twitch are going to try and deceive you, YouTube, we did actually see this just a moment ago. And what happened was one player spawned with 2 elephants and the other spawned with 0. So now they reached out to me already. And they're going to probably talk about how many elephants there are. Ozone says, I have 1, I think. Matador says, me too. And they are going to then, speak to me. We're seeing the past, and they will determine that they can play on here. So with these tiny maps, it is funny. It is very difficult to get things to spawn all the time because there's only so much space. So, oh, okay. So this is actually where they paused to speak to me. And to my knowledge, they had continued to play. Now, I actually realized something recently. I think this game is going to unpause. In the past, the pausing would not pause for the length of time that the players actually paused in the game. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I believe this is actually when they reached out to me. They're not talking anymore, and the game should probably resume here in a moment. And yeah, there we go. So the big thing on Mudflow in a normal game is we typically see the water and the wood lines in the middle be the big focus. And so I think that El Matador and Ozone realized that wood is going to be hard to find on this map because Ozone has gone for the Dravidians, so you get the extra wood when you make it to feudal. And then Matador has gone for a mule cart civilization, so the mule cart can be wheeled all over. Now, it's kind of funny, in a normal Mudflow game, the mule cart's strong because you can have the mule cart up on your hill near your TC and take those trees, but there's literally only 2 trees here. So I don't know if having the mule cart's that strong now because having 2 trees here is not going to be great. Oh, we got an elephant steal. Oh my God, Matador tried to steal the only elephant Ozone had. And I completely missed that. I apologize. I did not realize that was actually happening. I figured the lame stage of the game was over. But Matador, who tried the first time to steal and didn't get away with it, also doesn't get away with it here. And oh boy, okay. Oh, reminder. I forgot a very important order of business here. Any building that has range to it has been adjusted. And so now, as Matador's villager needs to get himself out of trouble here, TCs and towers, they have half their normal range. We tried to nerf ranged buildings because the first 2 or 3 dozen maps that we did on small maps was just a tower fest. So if you've been following all my small maps, the previous one on Core, you would have known that already, but I did need to clarify that. And quick walls from Matador. I love how the mule cart, which is supposed to be for dropping off resources, has now become a blockade. Okay. Now put the mule cart in front of the villagers, Matador. This is just... Expect a lot more of this because they're so close and they're aggressive players and they need to fight with something. They just won't chill. They refuse to chill. And so far, this has not been good for Matador, losing the scout and losing the Vil. But, I mean, you can just get right back to your mule cart, drop off the wood there. Oh, there's another villager here. So Matador was also building palisade walls around the lumber camp. Man, I've got to pay attention here. These guys are good friends. They train together a lot. I was teammates with them. Good friends with them as well. Teammates with them in a team game tournament. I know them very, very well. And they know that they both have insane aggressive potential. And Ozone so far has gotten the better of him. Ozone said, so initially I wanted them to play normal maps. But then I realized, oh shoot, Hidden Cup's coming. A good idea would be to do the Hidden Cup maps, small maps, let people on YouTube know. And hopefully YouTube will show up strong for the main event. And so I was like, well, actually, guys, what if we did small maps? And Ozone said, well, I was really looking forward to clapping Matador on normal settings, but I'll do it on small maps too. So there was a little bit of trash talk. And Matador just keeps sending them. Like, Matador keeps bringing Vils. And so far, it hasn't worked out too well for him. Okay, I'm also noticing that we might see Feudal Age here soon. Kind of funny, I'm pretty sure Ozone doesn't have a second building right now. It is just a boxing match so far. So will we eventually have to nerf boxing? Will make it so villagers can't fight? I would say probably not. Look at all these random palisade walls. This is incredibly chaotic and very hard to make sense of as a caster. There goes Ozone on to the way to the next stage. Now, it is $20 per win here for this show match. And also, the winner of the whole series gets $150. The loser of the whole series gets $100. So there's a lot of money on the line here. It might look silly, but it is very serious business. And Ozone's ready to cash that check. Look at him go. Ozone's just destroyed Matador here. But, like, I don't understand that one, Matador. He has more vills than you. You don't want him to stay. Well, maybe you do. Still no Feudal Age click up for Matador. The food's not there yet. The Dravidians will get plus 200 wood from arriving to the next stage. Could see archers become quite strong, especially because towers and town centers are so low range. And villagers still just have run away here. I am getting carpal tunnel just watching this because of the amount of clicking that's involved. And Ozone is pretty much just chilling at home, and he's done a really nice job. He hasn't lost a unit yet. I think Matador is in big trouble when archers come out, if archers come out. There's going to be a barracks, and then the wood will be available for the archery range. And, oh, villagers have been trapped. Villagers have been trapped here. That's 4 villagers that cannot leave now. However, Matador has no way to kill them. And the house is going down pretty quickly. So Matador has to repair it. Oh man, I agree. A dock would be better than an archer range. I understand the instinct to want to go archers here. A dock would be better than an archer range. Going for navy would be sick. Okay, Matador. He must know there could be some pressure coming in at some point because he saw the next stage come in. He's just now clicked up. And he's going to have to sink quite a few repairs into this house. And if he can get the walls down, the archers can't get through, which is interesting. And then he could go for a dock. This is actually salvageable. As long as the archers don't get through. Now, the archers could probably... okay, there's not a hole there, but the archers could sit behind the wood line. Could maybe sit over here or something, but this is completely walled. This is completely walled. This will soon be completely walled. And the first archer for Ozone is on the way. His scout is very weak. Matador cannot let this archer through. Okay, Matador should be okay. The play is definitely dock. Will they recognize that? And I think a tower here makes sense just to kill these villagers. I really like the Dravidian choice. But I also like the Armenians. Like, you can just move your mule cart over here now. There's a tower now from Ozone. Ozone just sticking to archers and eco for the time being, which he pretty much did in the first game. That was a very different first game. Ozone so far has been the aggressor. These villagers have been fighting for most of their life. How are their wrists not sore yet? I don't know how they do it. They're still boxing away at that freaking house. Matador's going to drop a tower now, I think. Actually ran out of wood. He's going to drop a tower there, which is actually a pretty epic tower if he completes it, because it does cover more. Remember, towers lack range, so it does protect more areas here. Oh god, he doesn't have the... This is crazy. He doesn't actually have the wood to be able to build the tower because he's repaired the house so much. Tower's gonna go up, and okay, now he's just gonna fight these vills. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so he's trapped them. Guys, am I doing okay with my commentary? I'm really sorry. This is not my best. I mean, it's really hard for me to cast this. Okay, 2 villagers dead there. Oh, wow. Oh, God. The other... Oh, God. Oh, God. Matador completely forgot about that. Abort. Abort. That is bad. That is really, really bad for Matador. Now, guys, you remember my statement on the whole tower thing? I was like, if we change towers, there's just going to be another thing that everyone does every time. A tower would normally defend this. Now the game's over because the tower doesn't work. You can't just make another tower because all your vills died to the archers. I think Ozone found the next thing. At least so far, from what we've seen. Just going into archers seems like the play. Matador seems very trapped at the moment. Has so many weak villagers. Is making archers as well, though. God, I would love to see a dock. It is criminal we are not seeing a dock here from one of them. Okay, here we go. Towers have 3.5 range. I guess it's 4 range. Towers are in range of each other. We now have a tower here. This is very difficult for me to cast. This is very difficult. I think El Matador is dead. There's stone mining, there's gold mining, there's berries, there's everything behind this for Ozone. And I do not know if a comeback is possible with the amount of army that's here. And even though towers were nerfed, the forward towers from Ozone will actually accomplish something here, and poor Matador just could never get going. This has been brutal. Painful, painful, painful stuff. Trying to make some of his own archers. Trying to survive here, but just falling so far behind with economy at the moment. I think this map is the definition of, oh my god, that looks fun, but I would never want to play it, right? This map and maybe all these settings. GG's called. Yeah, Ozone just cutthroat there. I mean, from the Vil fighting to denying the lame, Ozone played amazing. He stopped the lame, kept his elephant, sorry, rhinos. Clicked up the feudal at a really solid time. Had 3 or 4 different kills with his villagers that Matador wasn't able to find. And then played into archers. Made it look very easy. Dang. People said they should add this to the ranked pool. Let's not go that far. I don't think we should be adding this to the ranked pool anytime soon. I think this would lead to a lot of people quitting the game. And we don't want that. But for people who like to watch pro players try these things, I hope you enjoyed Mudflow. Not the closest game. Certainly not the most competitive. But you know what will be close and what will be competitive? Hidden Cup 5. That's right. Main event. February 25th through March 3rd. You're sick of hearing it, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you very much for watching. I could promise you we will not see that many villagers die by the hands of other villagers on Mudflow in the main event. But I'm sure there'll be some demos out there. Yeah, there's the KD for Ozone. Res Collected was actually quite close. I think the issue for Matador was mainly the timing. Just being in Feudal Age so late there was really the key. And I think what that leads to is just when it's so chaotic with quick walling, it's hard to keep an eye on the timings of getting your resources in. So he collected just as much food because there's no farms over here for Ozone. So he pretty much collected just as much food, but it was when he collected it, I think that was the key.